Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of my channel. So today we have with us Nilava Sarkar. So he is All India Rank 6 in GATE 2022, which is recently announced. So first of all, congratulations Nilava, and thank you for accepting my invite to come to this podcast. So the first question is, if you just tell the audience, the viewers about yourself, the background, and from where you have done your BTech. So a brief background, if you just tell, so it will be helpful for all.
Hi, Dada. Thank you for the beautiful comments. Now, currently, I'm in my final year of my BTech, and I'm doing it from Techno India Salt Lake, and I'm from IT department.
Okay. So tell me that why did you opt for GATE and higher study? I mean, what was the main motivation for it? I mean, why you are not willing to go for job after BTech and why you are thinking of, going for the higher study? So if you just tell the motivation behind getting giving GATE and going for higher study.
Now, the real motivation, I can say that after my 12, like during that, during my IISc time, I was always interested in like the dream of every engineers to be go into those tier one dream top tier colleges. Now, after 12, when I missed on to that opportunity, I joined Techno India, but I joined in the instrumentation department. In my first year was into instrumentation department. Now when I got into instrumentation department, I could see that the subjects which were there in instrumentation department was not my favorite, or I didn't like that much. So decided, now we know that we can actually do a stream change having 8.5 plus
Right.
CGPA after the first year.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I got it, and I changed my department to IT after my first year. So and during from my first year only, I had that motive of giving gate, because I got to learn from my seniors that if I give gate and get a very good rank, I can get into top colleges. So after going into IT also, I had that in my mind. And I started with my preparation back then only in the third semester, when I came to IT department with the subjects which I had with the college, the college course curriculum only. And
Okay.
after that, gradually, when I started with all these subjects, I went deep and I loved those subjects, and I could see, though, yes, there is a huge scope if I go for masters. I can learn more, because in BTech there are just like an overview of each and every subject. If we pick OS, we hardly get, not, we don't need to go to very deep of any of the subjects, which we can during my masters. So then I thought, okay, one dream I can fulfill if I get a good rank to get into IITs, and that second, like going deep into the subjects which I am liking more and more with time.
Okay. Now tell me that when you are preparing with your college, so you have your regular college, routine that you have to attend the classes and all, and parallelly preparing for GATE. So how difficult it is and how you have managed both the things, like doing your college curriculum also and parallelly preparing for GATE.
Now, talking about that, I used to maintain like for every day 3 to 4 hours when I had my colleges, because it was on a consistent basis, like giving 4 hours on weekdays, and on in weekends it will be to 7 to 8 hours. And like for every subject, I used to take hardly 20 days, because dragging a subject to 2 months will actually cost us days, because there are actually to cover 11 to 12 subjects for GATE. And
Right.
with that, like if my college was in morning, I used to give from evening, if I come back home, usually came back home at within 7. So taking some break from 7 to 10, that is 3 hours, and after that 1 to 1.5 hour of break, I would freshen my mind up, and again 1 to 1.5 hours, and then go back to sleep. And during the lockdowns, as because everything was online, and classes, that, the college is very much strict with a 75% attendance.
Right. Attendance,
So
yeah.
yes, so couldn't even skip classes in those online modes also. So again, but during that online mode, besides like keeping my phone on, and used to do my revision or something like that. Yes.
So that is, I think, the benefit, right? Even online, you
Yes,
don't have
yes.
to college. Like for you, I know your college is up for from your home, so it's a benefit for you that you are doing the online classes and in between you are preparing for your gate
Yes.
also. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, did you appear for any placement in the final year?
Yes. I appeared for two of the companies. One was I appeared for Odessa, and another was I appeared for Infosys.
Okay.
So
So you are
yes.
preparing for gate, and in between you have to prepare for placement. So how did you manage both? I mean, how did you, kind of context switch from your gate preparation to the placement preparation and then come back again? So if you just share your experience.
Yes. Now talking about this, if we actually see both of the gate syllabus and the placement syllabus, subjects like OS, DBMS, CN actually intersect. Now the only thing which I had to do was coding. Now by somehow I used to manage 1 or 2 hours of coding at night. During my third year of preparation, during my second year of preparation, I used to actually give 2 hours at night for like coding part, and then when in during after that IIT Bombay came up with the notice that third years also can sit. So after that, for 4 or 5 months, I skipped that coding part to fully concentrated on GATE, which I gave in my third year, and I had a decent rank.
Okay.
I failed, and after 2021
What
Feb, I
what was your
okay
rank
in
in
my
third?
third year I had a rank of 637.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, continue. Yeah.
And after that, for 2 to 3 months, I completely skipped the GATE syllabus and focused only on the placements, like revision of those coding parts, and again brushing up the concepts. And then I quickly sat for the placements because the companies were coming for those internships and all. I sat and I cracked two of the jobs. Actually, those were my plan B, and again came up with, started with my GATE preparation for my final year.
Okay. So now coming back to again to the gate preparation. So did you take any coaching for your preparation or it was fully self-study?
No, for my third year attempt, it was fully self studies, and for my final year attempt, I took online course from Applied Gate.
Okay. And what you are feeling? I mean, how do you think this coaching helps to your preparation? I mean, apart from the self-study, how much coaching helps you to understand the subjects, or how much coaching is important for the gate preparation? What is your thought?
Now, the one thing that coaching does is a proper. They will give a proper content. Okay, after this topic you will study this. After this topic you will study this. Why which students who don't take coaching might like mislead to a different path, might read more or might read less. But what I will say is coaching does 70% of the job. The rest
Mhm.
30% students need to do. Like for example, if I talk about a concept of multi-level paging in OS, now
Right.
every coaching institute will teach you the concept of multi-level paging. Now
Mhm.
if we actually go through the previous years in GATE, multi-level paging, only I think in 2005 and in 2021 two of the best questions came. Okay,
Okay.
so those questions were actually present in some of these foreign universities assignments also, and so that's the work of the students to find out those questions, and these are actually easily available in internet also. They go and they like search with the names of any of the topic and try finding out questions. They will get it. Famous universities put questions on internet also, and not only that, even if someone visits Gate Overflow website, everything is there. From
Right.
all the series, every questions, everything is there. That's the best website if anyone needs to follow and where someone does self studies.
Okay. And now, when you were preparing for the gate, so did you prepare your own note or you are following the notes that is available online? Because I have seen people, asking personally me that share your notes. So, what is your thought? I mean, should you prepare your own note or you should follow someone others who may be topper, but they are notes? So, how did you do that?
No, I had my own notes. Like even if an easy topic, I used to have my own notes because my notes. I can guarantee you no one can understand from my notes, because
Right,
I
right,
write it down in I mean, in this way. Somewhere it's written in Hindi, somewhere it is written in Bengali, and most of it is English. But like, to let me know anytime if I open a copy, I will understand it. That's where I make my notes. I mean, for every subject, I have my own notes.
That's the point I every time wants to make, that whenever someone asking me notes, that my notes, I think only I can understand. I mean,
Yes,
nobody else can understand, because the way it is written, it's kind of a mess, you can say, but that mess only I can understand, that where I have written. Like you are saying that you have written somewhere in Bengali, or maybe some notes in the corner you have put. So I will also personally think that you should make your own notes. Then that note making is also important. Like when you're making the
yes.
notes, your mind is processing, right, the things that you are writing, so that will also kind of will be a preparation. Okay, now tell me the what is the importance of previous year questions, solving previous year questions in gate preparation.
Okay, so like what I can say with this, if someone actually jumps into solving a lot of questions, because like all these famous books have questions behind every chapter. So if someone jumps actually solving every question, it's good for the knowledge, but ultimately we need to get a good rank in GATE. That's
Right,
the
right.
pure motive. And even I mean, if we don't solve the GATE previous PYQs, we won't even understand what type of questions they put in every year. So like, if it is a must, after completing a subject, once practice all the PYQs, and maybe in between, because after completing 6 subjects, the person might have forgotten the first subject. So it's
Hmm.
again good to go and revise the PYQs once. And again, I will suggest in the month of January, once solve the PYQs, because like talking about MCQs or NATs, what I can see that 40 to 50% of the questions, they follow the previous patterns only, and which students can easily fetch marks. I mean, they just need to be careful about these patterns.
Okay, yeah, a pattern. Yeah, when you solve the previous question, basically you understand the pattern, like what are the
Yes.
portions from where the questions are coming. Now tell me that how many mock tests you've given, or what you feel about the mock test. So people should give mock test, or you can skip also. So did you appear for any mock test?
Yes, I like for the full tests, I appeared like 20 to 25 full tests I have given. But
Okay, yeah, good.
what I want to say is that even if a person gives 5 mock tests, the quality of the mock test must be good. They must not
Right.
be like seeking previous year questions with different values. I mean, those must be good standard questions. Even if you are getting less, from that you must learn what the mistakes you are doing, what type of questions, and there must be new questions. And that's where it comes. Like in GATE, like what I said, 40% maybe from the pattern of the previous year, but the rest 60% is what toppers do. I mean, from where they target their marks. So for that rest 60%, students need to actually face new pattern of questions, and that only they can get from quality mock tests. I mean, and there are like 2 or 3, I mean, good mock tests in the market also, but I mean, they need to follow this. Mock tests are a must. I mean, even if a student like tries to skip mock tests, they must not do that. I mean, 1 month, if even 1 month is left, they should give it fully for the mock tests only.
Yeah. Now coming to this year gate, so as you know that before gate there are a lot of chaos is going on, that it will be postponed, maybe COVID is coming. So how was the whole situation? I mean, if you just share, I mean, it's not related to the general gate situation, but I want to know, I mean, how was the situation of the mind, like gate will be happening or not? There are a lot of confusion is going on. So how was the feelings? I mean, if you can just share.
So like every day I used to get one update, and those update usually takes 5 to 10 minutes. Whether
Right.
they will postpone or not. But like as I said, my syllabus was complete. I did my syllabus within the month of September or October. So like for the worst case, if the date remains same, I was ready, and even the best case, if they postponed it, I was ready, because ultimately they did not. And I mean, nothing happened. So why to like shout and shout and worry? I mean, there is nothing to do that. Just be calm and prepare yourself. I mean, ultimately, even if gets postponed, they won't postpone it by 1 year or so. They will just postpone it for a month. And I think before that, when gate happened, before a week only, almost every state opened schools and colleges. So
Right.
but there was no point of I mean asking for a postponement or worrying about it. I was busy in my preparations only at that moment.
So it was not affecting you. Yeah, that I think that's the thing. I also wanted to make to few people who think me that whether it's delay also or not also, it don't affect your actual performance because your preparation is done. I mean, whether it's getting delayed or not, that doesn't matter.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And how was the experience of the exam day? I mean, if you can just put some light on it. I mean, how was your exam? I mean, you going to center and giving the exam.
Okay, so in 2021 when I went for GATE, I was very much panicked, and for that I did 6 to 7 questions of silly mistakes, and which almost affected me of 12 to 13 marks in that year, and that's why in for 2022 I was I mean very much relaxed. Like whatever happens, I will give my best, but I won't do any sort of tension on that day. I mean, I was like, I just went like 15 or 20 minutes before the start of the exam. I went at like 8:45, sat for 15 minutes, and then gave the exam. After that, I called one of my friends like to just ask for like, is this question is correct or not, or something like that, and then came back home and said, okay. I said my parents, okay, this time I feel that I have done good. Even if silly mistakes happen, that will be 2 or 3 questions, not more than that.
Okay. Okay. And how is the feelings now? I mean, for the last two couple of days, I mean, you are all India rank six. So how you are you feeling now?
Oh, the feeling is great, but I mean, I expected from me that the amount of hard work I had put in for the last 1 or 1.5 years, I expected that I should get a good rank. Maybe not six. I expected a top 100 from myself, like a self expectation. Because in this all India mock test in GATE applied, I was also consistently getting a top 10 rank in each and every mock test. So like I expected, even if the worst, I mean even if the toughest paper came, if would have come, I should get a rank. And that's how like many of the people are saying this year the paper was the toughest, but I didn't feel that the paper was the toughest. The paper was a bit lengthy because of the number of MSQs and NATs, but again that's how you handle the pressure. I mean, and 2021 taught me how to handle the pressure for 2022. I mean,
Okay. So the next question is like, now what is your next plan? I mean, what you are planning? You are planning for IISc, IIT Bombay, or any PSUs? I mean, what you are thinking? I know it's not PSUs because you are willing to go for higher study, but if higher study, what you are planning to choose? I mean, what's going on into your mind?
okay, so there is a dilemma between IISc Bangalore and IIT Bombay, but I am more inclined to IIT Bombay. I mean, there must not be any specific reason why, but like I'm more inclined to IIT Bombay. I mean,
It's
what I
like yeah. I mean, I've also seen that everyone wants to be an IITian. I mean, people like me and you who couldn't make it IIT in my 12th, as you were saying, 12th after 12th. So we all want to make it to IIT some point of our life, right?
yes. That's one of the points. Like getting a tag of like IITian. I mean, that's the thing.
That's special. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Finally, any message for the future aspirants for their preparation and how you will suggest them to prepare so that they also be in your position maybe in the future.
So, what I can say is that for the future aspirants, don't take GATE as an easy exam. Day by day, they are actually like making this exam challenging for new people. I mean, they are introducing new new format. In them, or for the last 2 years, they have introduced MSQs. They are putting in a huge number of MSQs. 50% of the whole questionnaire will be MSQs and NATs only, what we can understand from the last 2 years. So they are asking for more clarity in concepts, more depth in concepts, so that students can like solve questions well. So it's a request to everyone for the future that don't just learn of formulas, or don't only learn formulas, understand why this formula is coming. Like for the number of onto functions, don't only learn the formula, understand why it is coming, and be consistent. give a proper 7 to 8 months of time for studying. It is enough for GATE, but for those 7 to 8 months, like be consistent, put in like 3 or 4 hours every day, and at the end, practice well, practice a good number of like 3,000 to 4,000 questions and of different varieties, so that on the day you don't fumble up with the new patterns or something like that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Nilava. Thank you once again for such a nice talk. I mean, I have learned a lot of things from you, and specifically, it's a very nice talk, and I think it will be really helpful for all the future aspirants. And all the best for your future endeavor. Wherever you will be, I will be obviously connecting with you. I know people from IIT Bombay, know people from IISc, so I hope we'll be connected in future. So thank you very much again for your time, and all the best for your future.
Thank you, and all the best for your PhD in IIT Kharagpur.
Okay.